Vous êtes en direct sur YouTube, mesdames et messieurs. Bonjour, bonjour. Maintenant, c'est le moment. C'est le moment de vous laisser rentrer. Come join us for this Business Agility News update on the Greater Reset activation for the new world. So welcome. And please tell me if you hear everything. We're going to do some feedback check as usual to see if we are indeed, yes, we seem to receive the alerts. However, yes, we are live. Let's see now. Maybe there will be some feedback on the YouTube. Perfect. So the first minute has passed. So we're going to start this update Friday live Agile show very soon. Very, very soon. So please have a seat. Maybe take your coffee with you. Relax, chill. It's Friday, 10:30 Central Time, Standard Time. I know it's 11:30, a bit earlier than usual because I got to move this background that you see last time ever. So let me start our friends over at, Instagram, because I kind of promised this. So it won't be long, guys, because when you are a digital nomad, you have a MacBook Pro, you have an iPhone Pro, and you have an iPad. So we don't have like in the studio mode of having like the iMac, the camera, and everything. So it's a bit like, especially that I'm alone now as a digital nomad. So let's see here, real en direct. Only 8 people among my 300. More than 302 right now on Instagram followers, and I start to have more scrummies and agile people. That's great. But again, what I want is YouTube to grow, and YouTube, we might transfer it to Liberi. We don't know, because we have to act upon what we preach at the Agile Lounge. And if we talked about the decentralization, open internet, well, I don't think using the Google tools and everything. So right now, I concentrate my effort of reaching out to you more than marketing with Instagram, because we have a lot of fun on Instagram. That's bringing me a lot of leads. But I know Instagram, it's part of the Facebook kind of empire of deception. And of course, YouTube, I'm on YouTube. I was the user 86 in Canada. I was, in 2006. Not this Agile Lounge account, of course, but the account I'm using to view things and stuff. My God, yes, I was among the first to be on Facebook when Facebook was fun in 2004. So yes, I'm always advanced. And speaking of being advanced, I really invite you, and I'm going to put in the first comment the link to it, or in the description later, or actually in the description for you on Instagram. You go in the link in bio and you will find this blockchain domain. And I give you my key code, so you could register your blockchain domain ready for the Web 3.1. It's really important. And then when you do so, I hope you guys have your coffee. I see 7 people on YouTube. Please say hi in the chat. I'd like to know who is with me for this great update. It's going to be fast today. 11:30-ish, as I said, East Coast, Central, here, Cancun, in Austin, Texas. We talked about 10:30. And if some friends from Europe and maybe Northern Africa are joining us, we know it's about between 4:30 and 5:30 p.m. there. So welcome to the Agile Lounge, the virtual Agile Lounge. You see, it's in my art. This is something that I created in 2016 to celebrate my 15 years of doing and being agile and lean. And I spread it. And now we have this new program, the Next Level Agile, that's coming up. We're going to offer services to enterprise, to teams within organization or outside organization. Could be team of an enterprise of any size, actually. And of course, we're going to also offer to professional in the field of agile and even beyond, because, and that's the thing, you take your free half an hour to 1 hour free discovery call with me or one of my other coach. So the link again are on the description below. Hello, Goddess Nika. Nice to see you. It's going to be an update on business agility and conscious leadership. Actually, how is conscious leadership could bring more conscious capitalism and a true freedom and free will and we would like, and we are participating in this freedom cells of the greater reset. Here properly, greater reset, smarter reset, alternative, decentralized alternative. Hello, dear goddess. And I praise the feminine divine because I think the future is youth and feminine. And actually, we should stop right now in this 3D duality to speak about feminine, masculine, so on, because we are a whole being. We are magnificent. We are powerful. We are beautiful. And we should all work together. And as I said in French, ensemble est différent. I think the proper translation for that will be, and togetherness with our difference. I don't know. But anyways, I welcome you all this beautiful Friday, April 30th, and the last couple of hours of the full moon. Actually, she's not full anymore. And I don't know if you felt it, but let's do our things. Let's be grateful to be alive, baby. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to surround myself by more and more ultra mind people, ultra self people, servant being, and this video cast, it's all about it today. So let me just get ready. And yes, I was saying, like, if you go in the link, for those of you on LinkedIn and YouTube, you could have a $10 discount to secure your domain name, your blockchain domain name. This will be for the future. So please, the 10 people on YouTube, and YouTube, you have a better experience right now because it might become library very soon. Or you say, call it whatever you want. And for those on Instagram, please share this, like it, make some noise. Let's feed the algorithm of goodness, of greatness, of conscious leadership and business agility for a better world of love. Yes, let's create a new world of love. This is my aim goal. And we're going to talk about the 5 days of activation very soon. So I just let people in, and state your name again in the chat if I don't know you, because that's the thing. So I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful to be alive in this time of the Matrix, because we are shaking this world experience, this life, with lots of love. Of course, there's a lot of our fellow that are in fear. I think the time is not to wake them up. In my sense, since 1991 is going to be, I'm celebrating this May and June, the 30 years anniversary of my first kind of shock awakening that will culminate in 1994, a couple of years later, in a jungle in Bolivia. I won't say that much on my professional channel, even if I'm transparent and authentic. So once again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell to get notification. And again, last week, we grew for another 50 new subscribers on YouTube. You guys are amazing. But because I'm not at 1,000, I've got only very large kind of stats. So I know some kind of region and country. So most of you are, again, so I will have to learn Portuguese, because most of you are from Brazil. So obrigado. And the other part seems to be like a mix of India and so on. So mostly in English. I've got maybe 10 to 12% French-speaking people. But we did, with my great colleague Yannick Cyr, on DevOps. So it's already there. You could watch it. It's one of the latest show. It's about a great hour conversation of the real DevOps. And we think on the technical aspect, on the tech aspect, that the DevOps way and culture of creating value, meaningful value, it's the future of the agility movement that we are in. And the music you are listening now, it's very chilly bossa nova beach music. I decided for my last time with this very nice background on my condo in Cancun Centro, because yes, for the next month, I'm moving, traveling around Quintana Roo, Yucatan, and so on. And maybe my team and I will join at Zulia, Guerrero State for the greater reset activation at the Great Getaway. Or we might see some people in Austin, Texas. We don't know yet, because we are agile. We respond to change over following a plan. So that's the key. All right, so I hope everyone is doing well. So let me see now. So I said it's a Q&A. So of course, those who are live on this beautiful Friday, April the 30th, you could ask me your question about business agility, about enterprise SCRUM, about conscious leadership. about this great activation of the Greater Reset, and also the D3 Summit, which stands for D, the first D of the three. It's decentralized. We want a more decentralized world, an open world, okay, a self-managed world for our sovereign being to create sovereign community. Think alike, yes. I think I'm more like very open, so I don't mind if you don't think like me. I hope that you might teach me something else and invite me on your side of the table to see another perspective. So this is me. But of course, those who are another set of energy, because it's all an energy exchange between us and relationship, whatever the relationship is. I truly believe that the relationship with whatever is a love relationship, a family relationship, a friend relationship, a business relationship. It's all an exchange of energy. So some people have, and we respect that. Everyone is everyone, as long as you know thyself and you are assertive enough to show up in the world and you set your boundaries. So when we create teams and Scrum, and when we create community now in this business conscious agility, that's the important thing. So we have to include everyone at her and his capacity. So this is very important. So you have certain capacities. So some people will prefer to create community of really think alike because they don't have the energy to necessarily debate, even if it's positive debate. And we respect that. But in my sense, I will prefer a kind of a community where we could engage, not in conflict. And I despise this when people say constructive conflict, but not necessarily conflict, but where we could be authentic and speak our truth without thinking that we offend someone or some group. And I like cosmopolitanism in my case. I like diversity. I like to have a table where we speak 5 languages and then Spanish coming or English coming like the main language at some point. But for me, I'm like this. So yes, someone on YouTube is pointing me, yes, this is my luggage. Of course, it's orange. It's orange because it's my favorite color. And no, it's not because I'm a maximalist Bitcoin. But speaking of, I received from Carola Di Santi from Italia 10 millionum of a centime Bitcoin. So thank you very much. And she has a question, actually. She sent me by email with her donation. And yes, all the link on YouTube are on the description. If you are on Instagram, you follow the link somewhere in bio. And you will see in the link tree the donation. So you could give me PayPal with any devices of fiat money. You could also contribute to the Agile Lounge initiative to donations. It's free donation because right now 2 of my teammates are still working with me without being paid the regular wage that usually we give them. And we decide that if we do $1,000 average a month, we're gonna split it in 2. We keep $500 for them as a tips. It's a tips for the effort they made without being paid fully. And the other $500 we decide together, or we'll ask the subscriber on which organization we should give this money away to help them. So last month we did reach our numbers in March of $1,200. So we give $600 to the community of Chabela, which is a Mayan community here in the Quintana Roo. So, and actually we don't give like just $500, $600 like this. We ask them what they need, and sometimes, and they do accept Bitcoin. Yes, the Mayan community accept Bitcoin because Bitcoin and the blockchain movement of decentralized finance, it's not to hold it. Again, I'm open. I don't mind if you hold it, but the principle, the real McCard, the original value of this movement after the financial crisis of 2008 was on purpose to make it like for those who don't have access to a bank account, for those who, even with the track system, it's difficult, so they need a kind of a ledger. So it's not made to have hedge funds or placement or what have you. It is made to have also an exchange value, decentralized, anonymous, uncensored, unseizable. Do you understand that? And this is why the blockchain domain for the Web3 that's coming right now, it's coming fast, guys. In 1994, people were laughing at me when I was telling them that the internet will be faster than 56K modem that we had that time. And they were laughing at me when I used to say that the website, the BBS, will be transactional. And that happened like in the last moment of the 20th century. In 1999, with the bubble, of course, that burst in 2000, 2001, plus 9/11. But nevertheless, the decade that followed my invitation to get a .com and to make sure that they will know language code more than HTML and these kind of PHP back then. Yeah, that's the thing. So right now, I'm doing the same thing. I'm like that guy in '94 talking about the .com and transactional website, e-commerce. Now I'm telling you, if you have a company, if you have an online business, and you have a .com well established, good, keep it. But you better have your .crypto, the .crypto, which is a blockchain domain that you pay one time. It's yours forever, and it's decentralized, and you cannot be censored, and you cannot be pulled out because you'll manage it with your wallet, with your blockchain key activation. Okay, so these are concrete action that you could do to prepare for the future economy and for the future world. And at Agile Lounge for Business Agility, we are all in to coach you, to facilitate you this entry into this new world, on top of all the professional services that we provide for business of any size. And our prices, by the way, are according to the size of your business and to the mandate you have. So, of course, my price for Barclay Bank in Manhattan are not the same as, I don't know, for a small shop in Ville-la-Salle, Montreal, or here in Cancun. Okay, so we are putting customer collaboration over contract negotiation. And of course, we expect that people are honest because the pricing is made about an exchange. And yes, you could pay with cryptocurrency, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, of course, the orange pill. All right, so what is business agility? All right. Business agility, to answer the questions of Lisa, that sent me a Bitcoin. It's some movement that started maybe about 10 years ago, but it was in the mind of the more advanced people that created this Agile Manifesto for software development. So that's the thing. The catch was engineer and consultant. They create a kind of a manifest that's composed of 4 values and 12 principles. And no, I won't tell you right now. If you go on my YouTube channel, you could find one in French, one in English, where I explain the 4 values and the 12 principles. So probably for the replay, you're going to see a kind of a suggestion to go see them right now. So, and they create these sets of values and principles to actually help manager becoming more leader and take better and smarter decision on how to deliver meaningful value to their customer. All right. So that was the noise in 2001 to create this Agile movement. And Agile, it's already the result of an equation. For years, inspired by the Toyota Lean system of production in Japan, what we call the Lean system of production, a lot of computer programmers bring it into the world of computer programming project. That was still project back then. And they created, among other, like Jeff Shuttleman and Ken Schwaber, they created this great SCRUM system. Because yes, SCRUM is a system. A lot of people say it's a framework. Actually, no. SCRUM is probably the most proficient and more adaptable system from Lean. It is Lean. It is not Agile. Okay, you're gonna see, because I'm gonna give you like this Marushka. He's a Russian-like doll, if I pronounce well. Maybe Goddess Nika could help me pronouncing the Marushka better than what I'm doing right now. So the key thing is the Agile world. They took a day when they gathered together to decide that all the Lean thing that they were doing, that was including Scrum and extreme programming and pair programming and the DAS system and all these systems to be more than just are we? So Sam, tell me if we have a lagging problem, because I saw streaming of the music was so what they do, like, so these sets of, so they agreed on values and they agreed on principle, that when you think about it, when you have a conversation around those values, you create a mindset, and the mindset is a powerful tool to make decision, and so that made it evolve. So at first, that was to clean the shit within the information and technology kind of sector. So this is why they call it the Manifesto for Agile Software Development, and one of the value actually talked about working software over comprehensive documentation. This is one of the 4 values. But then that evolved, and of course, if you're agile, one of the value again is respond to change instead following a plan, and adapt wisely and quickly to your customer needs, to the market, to the everything. So those who do it by being it very well achieve a lot more. They thrive a lot more than those who still do the opposite of it, the conventional waterfall stuff. But at some point, we discovered that maybe after a decade of this manifesto and this implementation of the systems that those values and principles help you create, we said, like, hold on a second. Most of the organization, they were saying, yes, we are agile and we do agile development. And people talked about agile methodology and agile development, this and that. And it was very, very techie. And what about those people who work for marketing and sales? What about people who work in operation? And when I say operation, I'm not just talking about IT, I'm talking about the fulfillment. Let's say you have a warehouse and you have to fulfill the mailing of the product. So all of these guys, whether they use technology, whether they are a user of a CRM, stand that for customer relation management or what have you, they have some other needs, they have some other perspective. And the true great agile mind like mine, those of Michael Ehrman, to cite some of them, who like to create open space, like to create, and Mike Beadle, my mentor, again, of course I will always talk about him, I will always cherish him, and I hope he's doing well right now in the other world. So that's very important to understand that at some point, the business agility, it's the true revolution of the agile movement that started in the early 2000s. Because now we bring everything we've learned, okay, in the IT field, and we spread it, we scale it to the entire enterprise. And this is why the Enterprise Scrum for Business Agility, created by Mike Beadle, it's a powerful system. It's a completely adapted system. It's exactly like the Scrum systems, but for every department of your enterprise. Even a hairdresser, I used to help a big salon in Montreal with these kind of artifact and tooling system of the Enterprise Scrum for their 3 salons. They have 3 salons, about 50 employees. They don't do any technical thing. Of course, we help them with setting up the online order of reservation for the hairdresser and the esthetician. But we saw other opportunities of bringing all these professional of, not healthcare, but aesthetic and stuff to work better together, to work smarter together. And we did. Because the key thing is, when we open to Agile, the Agile movement of doing business and the business agility movement, it's putting people first over everything else, over the tools and process, over the technology and everything. We don't say that the process and tools and the technology are not important, but the most important person is your customer. And you have to create your customer in some case. That's what I teach entrepreneurs. Oh, they said, I've got this big idea for a new microphone to do podcasts. I said, okay, so do you telling me that now your persona is the podcaster, or it's more than that? How do you define the people who will use it? So it's people first. So because you could say like, oh, I'm going to do this kind of dishes in my restaurant. Yes, okay, have you tested it? Have you include your customer into it? So this is a very important key thing. So it's always, when we say people first, it's the customer, and also the people who do the things are the most important people, all right? Because they are creating the thing, they are producing the thing. So business agility in that sense, it's the opening, the scaling towards these great mindset of lean and agile, and lean and agile equal like business agility. And now, yours truly with the Agile Lounge for Business Agility, I'm moving even further. So I don't know, Lisa, you'll tell me in the comment if you're here right now, or of course, everything that I answer for those who send me an email with or without donation, by the way, I'm always replying with the show, and of course a verbatim to their questions. And we have Michael Dornson, who gave us $20 via PayPal. Thank you so much. And he asked about, okay, now what is conscious leadership? And then after answering his question, if the 10 people on YouTube don't have any question in the chat, I will move on to how this business agility and conscious leadership will be actually a key element to the activation of this new way of doing things, new way of living together, the new world we'd like to create, decentralized world, distributed world, and disruptive at first, but disruptive because of course it's gonna change, always disruptive. Okay, so conscious agility, conscious leadership. This is another great idea, mostly from my research and my course, to be kind of certified, because it seems to be reassuring to some of our persona, to some of our clients, to be certified in things. But you have the element of Richard Barrett, conscious capitalism, where he says like you cannot, and the movement of people first too that we have in business agility, they too have the movement of people first over profit. But again, we are for free market. I personally for free market, and I don't like regulation. I think we should be free. I think we should be so just bear with me, because when we talk about conscious capitalism and conscious leadership, it doesn't mean something goofy liberal idea of restraining and controlling stuff. No, au contraire. So what conscious leadership is teaching us is you will have the value scale of your Maslow pyramid of needs, and then at some point you have a tipping point for the inverse pyramid of development above your below Maslow pyramid. So it's being conscious that you deal with people, whether it's your people who work for you, people that you serve, your product and services, and so on, and then you should engage in these interaction more often. You should engage and knowing what are the needs and desire, and make something meaningful and very on the point. And so the consciousness in that sense, it's the development after you have your basic needs fulfilled, the materialistic needs. Now, how could we expand this to become a better leader? And so that's the key thing, the practical thing of teaching, coaching, conscious leadership within business agility, transformation of a business or even a person. It's this kind of link, that a lot of people will say, oh, I'm a manager, I manage this. Yes, you manage this. It's mechanical. So we're going to teach you to discover a set of values that are very important for you. Now, I'm not talking about the value of the Agile Manifesto now. I'm talking about your personal value, your personal agility, your consciousness, okay? And then we're going to work a plan with you to develop your skill and to tune your behavior, because you're not going to change. You are who you are, but we're going to help you maybe to identify who you are, not by telling you who you are, but by yourself with some exercise, practical exercise, reflection, and even some kind of meditation. Sometimes ask me that, to discover who you really are, and that you are more than your job, you are more than your title, okay? And maybe you'll discover a new management way, which is leadership. What's the difference between management and leadership? There's 10 people on YouTube. Maybe you could jump in answering this question. Let's be interactive, guys, because I'm really happy that I've got 15 to 20 new subscribers a week, and I've got an average of 3-5 likes and an average of 55 views. But that would be nice if you interact with me, and not just for the algorithm, but consciously, because you have something to say and I have something to learn from you. So please ask me your sub question, and goes for the same for Instagram. Right now, Instagram, I think it's only the Happy Goddess Nika with us. I don't know, because I'm not seeing as much as I see on my studio control of YouTube. So nevertheless, the difference between management and leadership, it's mostly the key way of the behavior, the way that you approach things. And a leader is someone who will actually try to rise you up, try to make you see how much wonderful you are, how much powerful you are. And he will let you fail, and he will ask you. It's more a coaching style to be a leader. So this is something wonderful, because a leader, he doesn't have to ask you what to do, because he collaborates with you. And someone in the coaching circle this week that we did, and of course, if you subscribe to my mailing list and you specify that you'd like to be part of this coaching circle for the next level Agile, this is my free Bs that I give to other coaches and Scrum Master. So he said he was struggling, being pushed, some pressure from management to deliver otherwise, and even into the Scrum system of continuously responding to change. They want them to actually not even respect what they have given them as an agreement for the set iteration of a 1 or 2 weeks. So here's the thing, my friend. That's about a team agreement, people agreement, and then you move on. And so a leader won't push you. A leader will actually pull you out. You know, he will pull you out of your mess, will pull you out of your failure, and he will actually implicate them. So what I said to that Scrum Master, basically, is it's not to have the buy-in of the management, of any layers of management all the way up to the C-level. It's actually you have to get them involved. Yes. Because if they say, oh, I'm imputable for this, I'm imputable for the budget, I'm imputable for the, yeah, okay, so could you get involved? Could you come and share your vision? Do you have a vision? That's what I'm telling to the C-level. Sometimes I lose the contract because I might be blunt, but I better be true to myself and help people real. And then if they fire the consultant like me, if they don't want to get involved and they say they are comfortable, for me, I better go away serve people who really want, because that's the thing. You never force business agility or conscious leadership on someone. It's on invitation, and people actually call you for help. And it's more than help. It's because they want to evolve. They have a desire to be a better and a smarter person. So business agility and conscious leadership are doing it. And when you look at the 4 values of Agile and refine with the business agility movement, it's really in line with what we could do on a professional and personal agility coaching of a person. And we think that if that person is conscious, it's a conscious leader, it will be a better asset for any business transformation, because again, we are not transforming Agile. We use Agile to transform the business into ANs, the smarter ways of having a great mindset, a great space, a great environment to work together. So here's the thing. And for me, when I start hearing about the John, what is his name again? John Dash movement of the greater reset activation, the activation. So that's going to be at the end of May, 5 days of live streams with revolutionary speakers and ideas. My team, apparently, they proposed me as a speaker to talk about this movement of business agility and conscious leadership. And the question that arises right now, which is, this is what we asked today in this live stream that's going to end like in about half an hour or maybe even before. So the gathering of those people with 5 days of activation, and the 5 days of activation, I will tell you right now what's in it. Sorry about that. Maybe it's time for a musical drinking pause. Yeah, it's a collective live stream right now. You're listening of jazz, bossa nova, coffee shop music. Okay. So I love the tagline of the Greater Reset movement and collective. We are powerful, we are beautiful, and we are free. And through voluntary collaborative effort, we should build a world, a decentralized world. And when we say decentralized world, that's no central control, which means that the community of Austin, Texas could be completely different of the community of Cancun. And even within big cities, you could have more self-organized and self-managed community. And the thing is, so it's all a concept of building things around value that are very important for you. And I know Will Salmon, for instance, the creator of Design Your Life, he's talking about this new digital renaissance of creating digital community, but that will also reflect into a physical, real community of people, community of practice of people. And he has great ideas actually on like the nation, the governance that we know right now till 2019 doesn't fulfill our needs and our desire of living together and building a society together, of raising our children together. So the election process, the democracy, it's no more. And now we have a problem. We have this Davos screw gang with the Great Reset, and they want to propose a centralized, central planning kind of. A lot of people said about one world, but yeah, it will be one world, but of course it will not be equal. So that's the thing. So it will be mostly an elitist type of things of a society built of European countries, North American countries, Australia, all the country of ODCA, the Economic Development Organization, that are the first world, my ass. So that's the thing. So they will the tropic, the African continent, the South America will be kind of left alone, or they will be submit for their resources. China is doing it right now in Africa, and they also try hard in some country of South America. It's completely China's-eyed, and you know, Canada for me, it's a Chinese colony right now, even if it's part of the Commonwealth. And then the Commonwealth, it's 56 countries and territories, and most of them are in Africa. So they actually, I think the Queen of England is selling out the Commonwealth to the Chinese to create this kind of bloc, contrary to Europe. And the Brexit was that reason. And this is why you saw UK didn't do shit about, oh, thank you. And me too, I give my thanks, and I'm so grateful to build relationship with new people. It's amazing. Even if that COVID stupidity had kind of locked us down, I met more people in 2020, more meaningful people like you, Nika. And those people I'm going to see this week in Playa del Carmen. They are amazing. And we could gather together in real person here. So this is amazing. 2020 for me, it's a blessing, because I'm always been a transformation agent, but now ever and ever we have these opportunities of creating that world. So now I've been distracted by a goddess, a true light being. What was I saying? Could you remind me, happy goddess Nika, what was I was saying, or any of those 10 people on YouTube that seems to just watch? I don't mind if you just watch and having your lunch with me, if it's not too early. But what was I saying? Because I have so many ideas. So that's the thing. I'm not TDHA. A lot of people think I'm TDHA. I'm not. I'm an hyperactive, hypersensitive soul. And it's my first time in this body on earth. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm going to dive into it. Actually, I'm going to Isla Mujeres this afternoon. Having a break. So the Greater Reset activation, yes, gather together, community of self-managed people. But anyways, what I'm practicing as an entrepreneur now, providing professional services and coaching, training, facilitating, supporting enterprise, teams, and people to be more agile, to adapt this thinking of making action from what they do with business agility, okay, to the entire enterprise, not just software development, and then also with this conscious leadership. So the equation for me of business agility and conscious leadership, it makes like this conscious agility. And that conscious agility, like an agile coach like me or a scrum master like me, call me whatever you want. I'm Alexandre Frédéric, your coach AF, most and foremost. And what I would like to do, what I would like to participate, what I would love to be with this Greater Reset movement, or any freedom cells that will be the base of the creation of a self-managed and self-organized community, decentralized. It's my contribution. These are my skills, among other things, that I could maybe trade for someone who will teach me how to grow my vegetable or my plant-based kind of garden, and so on and so on. So we have to do, again, the value of Agile that was for software development, when you put it into business agility, and now you put it into this new governance. Oh yes, the governance. So we are in a moment like where people individually and collectively, we will have to make choice. Very, very important choice. For those of you who didn't took 2020 as, okay, I will say there's a couple of approach to it. There's people in 2020 with this lockdown, they were holding back. Like me, I lost 65% on Agile Lounge, not my other brand, but my brand Agile Lounge for consulting and coaching. I lost 65% of my revenue from clients who are the holders. Holders is what? They have saving, they have money, they have investment, but in face of this VUCA, and VUCA again is this volatility, this uncertainty, they said like, no way. We're gonna cut the spending, we're gonna cut everything, so they hold. Okay, they hold. They hold the investment, they hold the money and everything. Then you have the others who, the jumper, I call it the jumper. They said like, no way, let's find a place where I could actually go outside, where I could actually still meet people, where I have a good connection. So, and they go to Bali, they go to Vietnam, they go here in Mexican Caribbean, they go in Costa Rica, they go in Panama. So they go live and they could receive the vitamin D and having a better immune system and everything. So you see, this is exactly what's happening, all right? So this is what's happening. And then you have the others who will seize the opportunities. And now they branch out in two. You have the actual globalists, you have the actual technocrat. They kind of, I don't say they created the problem of COVID, but they sure do apply the Winston Churchill, don't let a crisis go to waste. And for me, there's a lot of plans, plural, and they sure want to actually, 11/11 here in Cancun though, I praise be. Let's take this energy, this conscious energy, this amazing energy. It's 11/11. Hey, say hello. You're live on YouTube. So she's a great woman that works here at this co-living condo complex in downtown Cancun. And it's my last day. I've got a kind of nostalgia after those 6 months, but we have to move on. And that's the thing. I'm a jumper. I'm an activist. I'm an agile activist. Here it is. I'm a conscious agile activist. And I would like to contribute for the best of my knowledge to help people seize those opportunities. And I don't want to resist. I don't want to, hello, Marie-Louis, or Marie-Louis, how are you? It's almost the end of the show, but if you have any question about business agility, conscious leadership, and the greater reset activation, you're more than welcome to do so. All right, so the idea of a decentralization, and sometimes when I talked about it to many people of different community, beyond the blockchain revolution, beyond the crypto revolution, is we are still, and here's the thing I was saying, like, because those who seize the opportunity, so you have the holders, they wait, it's gonna pass, this flu gonna pass, and I'm gonna be back to normal. So those are the ones who resist, those are the ones who march, those are the ones who, they just want to get back, conservative mindset. Okay, and then you have the jumper, and those who just want to have their free will, express the reason why they are on Earth, and still continue to do things, but with an agile mindset. This is why. So those who are agile, and this is why I love so much the article of Steve Dennings, and I create mine article too, and I talked about it. So I truly believe that in the next decade, if you're not agile, and if you're not even into these new ideas of doing things, and you could participate and create the thing. So that's the thing. The Davos World Economic Forum, these are central planners. These are people who want to socialize the masses and keep everything for them. Paul Joseph Watson did a great video. Who is really Bill Gates? And Bill Gates is telling you not to eat meat, but he's eating a lot of meat, and he's processing right now lands like never before someone outside the farming industry is processing. So these are not conspiracy theory. These are facts. And these people, they don't care. Like Michael Jackson used to have a great song, great song. Of course, he was thinking about people in prison, especially African American in prison. That was apparently the reason why you wrote that song, like they don't really care about us. But you could apply it, because the lyrics are very, very holistic. So you could apply that they don't really care about us to any kind of level. And I invite you to stop calling them the elite. They are no elite. They are just control free. They are control free. They are people in the ego. They are people very, very base, low energy, inorganic, and they want it all. They want it all, and I want it now. And you have those other people who are more open. We know that the universe is greater than our little nostrils, and we could go out the skies and inner ourselves. So this is about conscious leadership. This is about conscious way of doing things, collaborating, participating, and respect each other and our difference. All right. So this is the invitation, and this is the invitation I'm doing to the universe. I'm asking the universe, please let me contribute with a movement like the Greater Reset or the D3 Summit. I'd like to be part of a co-creation of freedom cells, of a community where we could live together, decentralized the way we want, having an experience on this beautiful planet. I'm in the Mexican Caribbean, and I used to be kind of depressed in February and March, and by just listening to people up north depressing in their winter. But beside the climate, I discovered that the only way that I could actually improve myself and feel better was not to listen to others, good or bad. It was to discover the equilibrium that resides inside me, because the universe is inside us. I said me, but when I said me, it's us. And me, in English, I like it, it's we. Okay? So this is the invitation. I'm working right now on being in person in Guerrero Estado, the ciudad of Zulia, and maybe to complete it, yes, they said that. Now I think they're still working on their website, these guys, but that's part of the thing. So yeah, there will be two getaway, one in Ziwa, Mexico, in the state of Guerrero, and one in Central Texas. I think they announced the city of Buda. I'm not sure where it is. So the 5 days of activation, is there a program there? No. Oh, anyway, if you go to the site that it's in the link in the description for the YouTube and LinkedIn, and you go to the website, you go to the program, and you go to the watch parties, you'll be able to see the Agile Lounge for Business Agility watch parties. And you are invited for the kickoff on May the 25th, wherever I'll be, wherever I am in Austin, Texas, wherever I am in Zulia, Mexico, wherever I'm still here in Cancun or Tulum, I will be streaming live for you this great kickoff of 5 days event. And we'll be probably on D Live or Float to encourage and to practice what we preach. But so far right now, I still believe that in this transition, the Agile Lounge, not yours truly, as an individual, I try, personally, I'm on all these decentralized open source platforms. But my brand right now, if I'd like to reach more and more people, not to awake them, but to inviting them for more business agility and for more conscious leadership, I think I should stick around at least Instagram and YouTube, and of course LinkedIn for the professional aspect of it. And in May, a lot of transition will happen because I will keep those three for my brand, and I will also start having more importance even for the brand on, for example, Telegram, Library, Odyssey, maybe Float and the live, because I need to do live. It's really important. And right now on Odyssey, sorry guys, but we cannot do live. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that will be about it for today, this April 30th. So again, if you like that video, give me a great like, share it to anyone who will be interested of contacting my team and I about business agility and conscious leadership. And also we have the Flip program. If you'd like to become your own entrepreneur boss, your own boss, if you want to work for yourself and for other people on a peer-to-peer, because this is also this decentralization of work. When we talk about decentralization, is nothing is like you saw. And the governance, we have to find new ways for governance. And I truly believe the knowledge and experience of business agility combined with conscious leadership, that creates for me the conscious agility that could contribute to the creation of those freedom cells. And also, Ghislaine Lonto, I know she doesn't want to be called by this, but now let's stay a bit professional. I would like to reach again to her to actually create these things, because they have something in French they call jeu, like game. But jeu, it's also it's name of things that you could play and exchange. It's more than a track local systems. It's really something amazing that some communities are developing in Quebec, where you mark everything that you exchange, so you'll be able to give back to the community and so forth. So I think it's even more decentralized and even more open than cryptocurrency, if you ask me. But of course, it's maybe less secure, and it's based on trust. And trust, like respect, you have to build it by action and by proof of the goodwill of the people. And let's not be a Jean-Jacques Rousseau of ourselves. I think corruption, it's learned. It's not intrinsic, I agree. But nevertheless, we're going to have to do a lot of shadow cleaning, a lot of cleaning in this transition. And I hope you're going to be with me, at least live stream on May 25th. Again, for YouTube and LinkedIn, the link are in the description. For you guys, my Instagrammer, you could actually follow link in bio. And when you have my link tree, just read the multiple choice that you have. Because yes, I'm multidimensional and I have a lot to offer. And of course, the next month, I'm going to concentrate of creating something clear, because I see the question that I receive with or without donation. And again, I welcome your donation through PayPal from anywhere around the world. And if you are from Canada, you could send me an e-transfer with the Interact. No keywords necessary because I activated the direct payment. So you just enter my email and the Interact transfer, and I got your donation, your voluntary donation. And of course, I'm really more open to Bitcoins and Ethereum. So on that, my beautiful loungers, my beautiful lovers, my beautiful people, my powerful people out there, I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something, and I hope and I want to learn something from you in the comment below. And see you next Friday. It's going to be already May, and I don't know what I have in store for you. So just watch on my Instagram feed, on even the shorts on YouTube, to see what's going to happen. But I know I'm going to have a great week of transition in Playa del Carmen with my new contact, my new professional network. So on that, I wish you an amazing weekend. Take back your Friday, and see you soon. Cheers.